The key role of hair is to provide protection against heat loss. It traps air adjacent to the skin to provide an invisible, insulating layer which keeps us warm in cooler seasons. It also serves as a barrier to help protect the epidermis from minor abrasions and ultraviolet light. Male and female reactions to hair treatments differ slightly. However, the principles are the same. Therefore, the video you are about to see applies equally to both men and women. The dynamics of the hair cycle not only differ between species and race, but also with age, gender, and across seasons. Physiological or pathological states, such as pregnancy, malnutrition, environmental stresses, and mechanical factors, can also modulate hair growth. The total number of follicular units on the human scalp is approximately 150,000. These follicles are quite evenly distributed over the scalp and most typically in groups of 3. The hair follicle is an integral component of the skin, and each hair is a keratinized product of the follicle. Hair follicles go through a cycle of anagen growth, catagen regression, telogen rest, and exogen shedding before entering a new growth phase and production of a new hair fibre. The anagen stage in the hair follicle growth cycle is the key hair fibre-producing part of the growth cycle. When the hair follicle is most active, this phase typically lasts 3 to 7 years on the scalp. Anagen has traditionally been divided into 6 stages of development, from the onset of mitotic activity within the secondary hair germ to the fully developed follicle that first emerges beyond the skin surface. The catagen stage of the hair follicle growth cycle, and when it occurs, is important for understanding hair loss. If catagen occurs too soon in the growth cycle, alopecia can develop. If catagen onset is delayed, hair can grow longer. The catagen stage is the transition phase between the growth and rest stages, which lasts for a few weeks. The hair still continues to grow, but at a lesser rate than the anagen stage. The telogen stage of the hair follicle growth cycle is the relatively quiet period when the hair follicle rests for some weeks and the hair fibre stops growing. Exogen describes the phase of the cycle when the hair fibre is shed. At any one time, 85 to 90% of hair is in the anagen stage, with the majority of the remaining hair in the telogen phase. Apoptosis is the signal for the hair to go into the catagen state. There are many factors that affect hair growth. The key factors are hormones and cycotines. Hair follicles have receptors for androgens and estrogens that can each affect the hair follicle activity. Other hormones, including those derived from the thyroid and the pituitary glands, can also have significant hair growth effects. In addition, there are other naturally produced chemicals called cycotines that act on cells in a hormone-like manner. At a later stage, these factors can also cause hair loss. Observations in human studies show that if the dermal papilla fails to reach the bulge during the catagen stage, the follicle stops cycling and the hair follicle is lost. This can happen for a variety of factors, as disruption in this process prevents the dermal papilla from ascending and interacting with the stem cells of the bulge. After several cycles, it results in permanent hair loss. Common factors are 5-alpha reductase, a compound in the body which converts testosterone into DHT, inflammation due to disorders or common illnesses, hormonal imbalance, stress, poor nutrition, genetics, pregnancy, weight loss, pollutants and destructive cosmetics such as hair extensions and hair colouring, menopause, mechanical factors such as hair irons and excess heat, chemical factors. At Reseed, our experts have accumulated vast amounts of data to create the unique Reseed system, which focuses entirely on a holistic solution to hair loss, combining over 50 of the best quality active ingredients to ensure all elements of hair loss are addressed and treated efficiently. The first step is to stop hair loss. This can be achieved by using the correct shampoo and serum to help strengthen the follicles and regulate the hair growth cycle. Our ranges are gender-specific in order to deal efficiently with the root causes of hair loss. Reseed Fortifying Shampoo keeps the scalp clean, nourished, hydrated, leaving a protection film on the hair to protect the healthy hair, leaving it with a shine and easy to manage. R12 Tripeptide Active Hair Serum is an all-natural formula that contains 12 active ingredients to nourish and strengthen the follicle at dermal level. Protein and nutrient-rich serum stimulates follicles and roots and increases blood circulation for the nutrients to flow to the scalp. R8 Botanical Solution heals and protects the scalp from ailments, energizes follicles and stimulates the follicles for stronger, healthier, fuller hair. R12 and R8 both help regulate DHT and heal scalp and follicle inflammation. R21 micronutrient food supplements contain 21 essential nutrients, vitamins and trace elements that help strengthen the hair growth cycle from within. Enhanced blood circulation to the follicles carries these vital elements directly to the hair follicle. To achieve optimum hair strengthening and prolong the hair's healthy life cycle, use all the products in the Reseed system. All leave-on solution should be applied directly to the scalp and massaged for at least 3 minutes. After 12 weeks, continue to repeat phase 2 on an ongoing basis.
Hi, my name is Michelle George. I'm a freelance fashion, beauty and music photographer. I'm based in East London, but I do work around, and I'm just doing this video today to tell you a little bit about my experiences with alopecia and using the Reseed hair care products. I think it was at the beginning of this year sometime, after I'd washed my hair, I realised it was feeling particularly smooth at the back. So I got my iPhone and I recorded, because I couldn't see, and then, like, to my shock and horror, I realised I had this massive bald patch, and obviously when you first see this, you just don't know, you just imagine all kinds of like health conditions. But I went to my family GP and they diagnosed it as alopecia areata. I think that's the way you pronounce the second part. It's A-R-E-T-A, I think. But anyway, they printed out this this form to explain what it was, and it was quite scary, because even though obviously it wasn't life-threatening, but like the main picture on the front of the page was of like masses of bald patches, and it did say some people can go completely bald with this. And I was told by my GP at the time there was really nothing that they could give me other than a steroid. And I didn't want to take that. I didn't feel comfortable with taking that. So, and then I was recommended Reseed products. And at first, because I have tried various different shampoos, because I work in the fashion beauty industry, I've used a lot of high-end hair care, and I had a lot of high-end hair care. And another thing I did notice that I didn't mention to you before was that the condition of my hair was also, it wasn't great. It was getting really greasy very, very quickly, and but the texture was quite strange, and my mum had noted it, and my hairdresser had also said it, and I didn't know whether that was, whether that was linked to it or whatever, but I did notice that my hair wasn't manageable. But anyway, so onto the Reseed products. I was recommended them. I got the shampoo, the conditioner, the solution and the serum. I didn't have the supplements to start with. And because I'm a little bit, I like to do things by the book, I had to do it religiously. Like, I wasn't going to mess about. I stopped using all my other shampoos and conditioners, and these were the only things I used. And I did do what it said. I left the shampoo in for 3 minutes, only gave it one wash. The conditioner, I wasn't always leaving it on for 20 minutes, like it said. Sometimes I'd just put it in and then comb it through, like if I was in a hurry, and rinse it out, or sometimes I would leave it in for a bit longer. The serum I used for the first 2 weeks, I think four times a week I used it. as it was recommended, and then once the 2 weeks was up, I then started on the solution as well. So I used the serum just 1 day a week, and I used the solution twice a week. With the solution, I think the serum I just put onto the patches, which was at the back, and then I had another small one developing on the top of my head. The solution was it was a little bit harder to apply, but it was worth it, because it like you had to apply it to the whole of the scalp, and you had to sort of massage it in for 5 minutes. But I did do that, and to be honest, the first thing I noticed, because as I said, I couldn't see it, so it wasn't something that I could easily check, or even if I was looking in the mirror, it was right at the back, so it was sort of hard for me to get to, and the only way I could really see it was to take a photo with my phone. So I didn't visually see it, but the first thing I noticed was a difference in the condition of my hair. I noticed that it was shinier, it was softer, and it just felt a lot stronger as well. I'll be fair, probably after about a month of using it, I started to notice myself the difference. I had a few white hairs coming through. I've probably been using it now for around about 2 months, and I must say I'm really pleased with it, because I do see that my hair is coming back, and I can see it quite clearly when I look back over my iPhone pictures from what it was like to start with to what it's like now. It's not grown back fully yet. I started taking the supplements also last week, as I was told that will actually help even more. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. But at the moment, like the progress, and as I said, I had the alopecia from the beginning of the year. The only thing I did try was the cream the doctor prescribed, but that didn't help. But from the 2 months of using Reseed, I've noticed phenomenal results, really, considering I've had it for quite a while. And yeah, as I said, just overall, I'm really happy that my hair's back to the way it was previously as well. So it's just in a much better condition.